If my body looks like Doug, do I really have to field this question? If my body looks like Doug, will I finally pick up women? First of all, if your desire is to look like someone that Nigerians impersonate and say is a 52-year-old father of two, you're probably aiming a little low. Secondly, if you think the way that you look physically is going to influence the way that you can get women, God rest your soul, your wallet and your divorce attorney are going to be empty and happy respectively. Also, you might want to invest in condoms because I have a feeling that herpes is in your future. Nothing's more fun than looking in your buddy's center console and realizing that there's a bottle of Valtrex there and that you're Eskimo brothers. Food for thought. Can I run a marathon and deadlift 500 pounds? I'm assuming that you mean concurrently at the same time, because I also assume that using the word concurrently is too large of a word for you to understand if you ask this question. The answer is yes. You can do both of those things at the same time. The answer is also that it is a little more complicated than simply deadlifting 500 pounds and then going and running a marathon. Unless, of course, your name is Alex Viada, and then you just were born doing that shit. Our approach to strength and endurance training isn't simply about intensity or volume. We would like the adaptations that are involved in our programming to last a lifetime. Hence, we encourage you as athletes to work on more specific things like strength and stamina separately, but in complementing cycles, doing a more strength-focused cycle for 12 weeks, followed by a more stamina-focused cycle for 12 weeks. How can you not suck at running 1.5 or 4 miles? Well, it's as though you've looked into my soul and found me wanting, even though I do not suck at 1.5 or 4 mile runs. I'm not going to win any world-class races. Oh, wait, this question wasn't about me, was it? This is about them, but it was, no. Well, first of all, learn the fuck how to write, because this question is very poorly worded, and I looked at it as an accusation, not as a question. Our stamina programs may focus on higher output, but they typically are going to address them in more intervals of lower volume to build your capacity and your speed. A lot of you are going to come to these programs without the ability to complete high intensity, shorter intervals like this. So you're going to need to scale. A lot of you are going to come from a long, slow distance background and be confused by the fact that in a endurance focused program, we're doing a lot of interval training. The results speak for themselves. You can believe me, or you can tell me to go fuck myself. It really matters not to me. It's also worth noting that while we in the special operations community generally dislike running, all of us also recognize the intrinsic value of being a decent runner. Even the really heavy bodybuilder guys who show up on a team are still going to be held accountable to complete runs within a certain time, because otherwise their only real value is as bait for bears. Am I faster than you, Christian?
Nope.
We've proven it multiple times. I guess I'm bait for Christian. Or a beard. It's hard to tell. Which program is right for me? You have so many. This question comes to us a lot, mostly because people are too lazy to read or use the wizard that is available in the app when you pay for the program. It'll ask you questions like, do you know how to do a power clean? And how long have you been training? If you answer those questions in the wizard, we will steer you towards a program that is best for you. If you have a long training history and you generally know what you want to train, you shouldn't be asking this question either, because every single cycle on the app has an accurate and detailed program description that will let you know what the program focuses on. I don't know what to tell you, but if you're too lazy to read a program description, you're probably going to be too lazy to finish 12 weeks of programming, and you're probably not going to see the results you think you want in the pipe dream reality that has you married to 2 big titty blondes from Colombia. Well, this is a stupid fucking question. Can I write my own program and have the SOFLETE coaches overview it and administer it? And can we put it on the SOFLETE training app? Why do I even bother? Well, the answer is fuck no. Can't do that. And if you're so interested in writing programming for SOFLETE, we have a link to an email on our main page feel free to submit an application. Let us see your resume. If it's worth the time, maybe you'll get a job, or maybe we'll just throw it in the trash. Can I add push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups into SOFLETE training programs? Yeah, you can. Also, I don't understand why there's so many of you out there who are unable to complete the workouts as prescribed, who want to add extra to the workouts, even though they're not doing the 6 days of training available to them on the program. If you want to be better at push-ups, pull-ups, and sit-ups, and you feel the only way to get better at them is to increase the volume with which you do them, do it 3 times a week. Add them in 50 to 100 rep increments throughout your day, and make sure you vary the way you do them so that you're not reaching training plateaus or inducing overuse injuries from doing, 100 close grip push-ups every hour on the hour for weeks at a time, and then wondering why you get elbow tendonitis. How do I meal prep effectively with an MRE? They are called meals ready to eat, which would imply to me that they don't require prep at all. Also, I'm pretty sure that meals that come in a box and a bag are the highest processed foods you can possibly get. And while you might think you're crafty by opening them up and rat fucking them and only putting what you want and what is healthy into your rucksack, the reality is that some young, dumb Army privates are still fighting over charms and wondering why it's raining on everybody. When you're in the field, total calorie intake is about all that matters because you're burning calories basically 24 hours a day. If you're the kind of guy whose physique and body composition demands that you eat prepped meals in the field, you should smoke yourself, exert yourself physically until you puke, and get out of the military because you're not useful to anybody. Sure, you look good when you're climbing a mountain and slaying a dragon, but in reality, you're a liability to everybody on your team when 6 hours into any endurance training event, you can't carry your rucksack anymore and you're crying about the fact that you ran out of peanut butter. Which one of the SOFLETE podcasts is best to expand my knowledge base? If you're sending an email to us, expressing a desire to listen to me or George or Brooke or really anybody talk about their diet or their training plan or their close relationship to a shaman who's apparently also an attractive woman who enjoys mushrooms, odds are you're already beyond saving when it comes to expanding your knowledge base. But I hope that you enjoy the personal relationship you're building with someone who you look at as a friend. And I hope that our journey might guide you into making better decisions about your life.
Why do you guys glorify the heritage of alcoholism in your videos?
Are we answering this question again? It was brought to my attention that a bit gag using a bottle of whiskey is promoting a culture of alcoholism that exists in the military. I suppose it would have been better if I had just been like, to this bottle of alcohol, and instead used a pencil and an apple to create for myself one of nature's finest treats. Everything would have been better then, would it not? What I do know is that in a bit where we answer stupid questions, this question is perfect for a lot of reasons. Because what I'd like to point out is that while the consumption of alcohol in moderation isn't necessarily good for you, it is legal and will not result in you being chaptered out of the military. However, the consumption of nature's finest apples and a few other things, that will get you kicked out of the military. So, does anybody have a lighter? Anybody? George? This concludes Professor Doug Answers Your Stupid Fucking Questions. Please continue to send them to the coaches so that I can listen to them bellyache and complain while they put them on a spreadsheet for me to answer in this segment. Coaches@soflete.com. Don't forget it.